You did everything right. You studied, you graduated, you believed, and now you're broke. Welcome to adulthood in America. They told you college was the key, the ticket, the way out. You wake up tired, you go to sleep anxious, and in between you pretend everything is fine. You open your phone hoping for good news. It's not. It's another reminder that you owe money for a life you don't even have yet. You finished college. But college didn't finish with you. Before you own a car, you already owe a house. Before you build a family, you owe a future. Before you live, you owe money. Everyone looks fine, but nobody is. Smiles are rented. Freedom is postponed. Your 20s feel less like freedom and more like survival. This isn't about being lazy. This isn't about bad choices. This isn't about you. And the worst part? This wasn't an accident. America didn't just make college expensive. It made it profitable to keep you in debt. You're not broken. The system is. And now, you're inside it. They told you college is expensive because knowledge is valuable. But that's not the truth. College didn't get expensive because books cost more. It got expensive because the system changed. Tuition didn't just rise. It exploded. Year after year, decade after decade, the numbers climbed higher than wages, higher than rent, higher than reality. Parents used to pay for college with a summer job. Now families mortgage the future before their kids even graduate. Your paycheck grew slowly. Tuition didn't. What used to be education became a product. And just like every product in America, it came with upgrades, better dorms, luxury gyms, cafeterias that look like malls, campuses that feel like resorts. Colleges stopped selling education. They started selling lifestyle, and they sold it well. Students didn't just want degrees anymore. They wanted the experience, the image, the promise of becoming someone. But the bill didn't stop when the semester ended. It followed you home. Then came the loans. At first, they felt harmless. Low interest, easy approvals, pay it back later. But later came fast. And when it did, the number on your screen didn't look small anymore. It looked alive. Interest started to grow quietly. While you slept, while you worked, while you tried to survive. Your debt grew even when you didn't. Miss a payment? It grows. Make a payment? It grows. Work harder? It grows. That's not a loan. That's a trap. And here's the part you weren't supposed to notice. Colleges raised prices because they could. Banks lent money because they profit. And the government guaranteed the loans, so no one ever had to stop. You were given access to money long before you were ready for debt. A teenager could sign for decades of payments. No experience, no warning, no escape. And unlike credit cards, unlike medical debt, unlike business loans, student loans don't go away. They don't care if you're broke. They don't care if you're struggling. They don't care if life falls apart. They follow you through layoffs, through sickness, through divorce, through dreams that didn't work out. And even if you go bankrupt, they're still there, waiting. But the real profit is not tuition. The real profit is time. Years of your life traded for numbers on a screen. Your future converted into payments. This isn't education anymore. It's a business, a machine, and you're inside it. At first, it doesn't feel dangerous. It feels normal. You sign a few papers, you click a few buttons, and just like that, money appears. Not cash you can touch, not wealth you can keep, just numbers. And those numbers start moving the moment you stop looking. Banks don't see students. They see interest. They don't see dreams. They see decades of payments. A student loan isn't money you borrow. It's time you give away. And the longer it takes you to pay, the more profitable you become. That's how the machine works. It doesn't care if you pick the right major. It doesn't care if you graduate. It doesn't care if your job pays enough to live. The machine only cares about one thing, that the balance never hits zero. Then comes the government, not as an enemy, not as a hero, as a guarantee. Banks lend because they know they'll be paid. Colleges charge because they know you can borrow. And you borrow because you're told you have no choice. That's how the circle never breaks. You don't question the price because you're told the price is worth it. You don't question the loan because you're told it's an investment. But no one tells you what happens after. Interest doesn't wait for your life to settle. It doesn't care about rent. It doesn't care about groceries. It grows in silence. Every day, every night. Even when you're doing everything right, you can make payments and still owe more. Not because you failed, but because the machine is working exactly as designed. If you fail a credit card, you reset. If you fail a student loan, you drown. Credit cards forgive. Hospitals negotiate. Banks restructure. But student loans, they don't blink. You can lose your job. They're still there. You can get sick. They're still there. You can fall apart. They're still there. And even if you declare bankruptcy, they follow you anyway. There is no escape clause. There is no reset button. There is no start over. Once you're in, you're in. But here's where it becomes a trap. The longer you chase the balance, the further away it moves. It's like running on a treadmill that speeds up. Every time you get tired, you don't catch up. You wear out. This isn't a loan system. It's a pressure chamber. It squeezes your time. It squeezes your choices. It squeezes your life. Slowly, quietly, legally. And when people say, just pay it off, they don't understand. This wasn't built to be paid off. It was built to be lived with. For decades, the machine doesn't want you free. It wants you predictable, working, paying, repeating. That's not education. That's ownership. At first, you think it's temporary, just a phase, just a few years. You tell yourself once you get the job, life will start. Then you get the job, and life still doesn't. You wake up every day and go to work, but somehow you're standing still. You make money, but you don't move forward. It feels like walking upstairs on a treadmill. You borrowed to study. You studied to work. You work to repay. And now, you're just trying to breathe. No savings. No safety net. No room for mistakes. You wanted to buy a home. You wanted to start a family. You wanted a future, but the future keeps getting pushed back. Month after month, year after year. Your dreams don't disappear. They get delayed. Marriage becomes someday. Children become later. Happiness becomes when things settle down. But things don't. Everything is on hold. Even your life. You're doing what you were told. Working hard, being responsible, paying every bill, and somehow, it's still not enough. This is not debt. This is life on pause. You scroll through photos of other people's lives, new homes, new babies, new vacations, and you wonder, did I miss something? Did I fail? Or was the game rigged before I ever started playing? Because even now, with a job, with a degree, with experience, you're still one emergency away from falling apart. And now, even good jobs can't save you. 6 figures on paper, 0 peace in real life. You make more money and somehow feel poorer. Every raise disappears into interest. Every bonus becomes a payment. Every promotion buys you nothing. Not freedom, not security, not time. Just another receipt, another due date, another month closer to burnout. This isn't freedom. This is survival with a paycheck. And the scariest part? This feels normal. An entire generation learns to live without breathing, without dreaming, without believing. Because hope is expensive, and debt is patient. The future is there. You just can't reach it. What started as student debt didn't stay with students. It spread into families, into cities, into an entire nation that now runs on loans instead of hope. When millions of young people are broke, they don't just delay parties. They delay economies. They don't buy houses. They don't start businesses. They don't decorate apartments. They don't fill shopping carts. And when people stop buying, everything slows down. Restaurants get quieter. Malls get emptier. Downtown lights fade earlier. You can feel it in the streets. An economy needs movement. Student debt creates freeze. Adults live like teenagers. Teenagers live like gamblers. Everyone waits. No one builds. The housing market cracks first. When people can't pay for tomorrow, they can't buy today. So new families don't form. Children don't arrive. Homes stay empty. Wedding halls go quieter. birth rates fall, an entire country grows older, without growing forward, and then comes trust. When a generation does everything right and still loses, faith disappears. People stop believing in systems, stop believing in schools, stop believing in promises. And when that happens, a nation doesn't just get poorer, it gets colder, more alone, more divided. A country in debt can't build a future. So, is college dead? There is no miracle ending, no reset button, no single path that works for everyone, but there is truth. And truth is where real freedom starts. For some, college will still make sense. For most, it won't. That doesn't mean you're trapped forever. It means the rules have changed, and nobody told you. Some people walk away from 4-year degrees and into skills that pay. They learn with their hands instead of taking more loans with their futures. Trade work, electricians, welders, plumbers, jobs that build things the world actually needs. Others start smaller. Community college, lower cost, less pressure, more flexibility. A way forward that doesn't crush you before you begin. Some build skills online, no classrooms, no debt, just time, effort, and access. Coding, design, marketing, editing, teaching themselves. What schools used to charge thousands for? Some choose the military, not for glory. For stability, healthcare, training, a chance to reset without drowning in bills. Some go freelance, not because it's easy, but because it's theirs. No boss owns the clock. No loan controls the dream. Some people build careers without degrees at all. The no-degree economy is here. It's quiet. It doesn't make headlines, but it feeds families every day. The truth is uncomfortable. College is no longer the ladder. It's a gamble. And some gambles cost decades. The system won't save you. Schools won't warn you. Banks won't stop you. The decision is yours, and it always was. College isn't evil. The system is. And now you see it. What you do next is up to you.